Now the fun starts. We've gone back, we've got the transition going. From up here we started down. Now we've got to get the club from up here down to impact. So let's reverse things. Let's go back and start again, because what is the real goal of a golf swing? We're looking for precision and power. So if we start from a good address position, what does impact look like? Well, impact, guess what, is just that. Clearing our belly line, our waistline, to give us a chance. I was taught this right from the start. Clear to give your arms a chance to swing through. So we're going to use that as our template. So if this is address, take a 6-iron and a 7-iron, club slightly shorter. And there we go, up to the top, fully wound up, let it go. Keep that in the same position. I put another shaft in here to give me a clue of the plane line. Now, we just did the transition, so the lower body started, we crushed the can, and we moved our weight onto our left side, and that automatically dropped it. And now we're going to get the club from there back to the same. We've got to match where we started from. So if we did it at that speed and that power, it will go 20 yards, wouldn't it? So we want a lot more power. So what do we need, golf? We need our body, our core's got to move first. You see now it's dropped my hands down, keeping our posture, this is the most important thing. And then when it clears, you can see it wants to go and it releases back into the same slot, into the same plane.
Yeah, so the most important thing, obviously, like Nick said, is that your core needs to be active when you do this. And that's why all these core exercises are so important, because that helps create the connection between the upper body and the lower body. So when we start that transition sequence that we've done, once I've transitioned down, I need to use my oblique muscles.
Yeah.
So the obliques run from my ribs across to my hips, and they create this force closure. So when I engage my obliques, I create this movement, right? So I kind of bring my rib down towards my pelvis. And that action there is what allows my upper body to then catch up as I crack the whip. Now that gives us good impact positions, because once I've got that feeling, now the club can just drop into the original slots, returning back to where it was, almost where it was at address.
So that's your Captain Morgan drills you did in the gym earlier on, to hold yourself and move your leg over. So let's just do it again a couple of times, because this is the most important part. So I love that. You know where you're trying to get to. You've started here, there's impact. So feel it, rehearse it. That's where I want to be. So wind it all the way back. We crush the can, we've got the weight moving to the left side. Now close your eyes. The club will fall. You're using your belt buckle to turn, and you can almost feel it. As you move it, look, it wants to go. And then, of course, you're going to release into impact to match the plane. The biggest mistake, probably two of them, was strong in our legs, and you've been taught to power them, bang. Look what happened. Already I've changed my plane here, dropped it inside, bang. So that's the one you hit fat or straight, high right, look where your body is pointing. Or the other one is you've done a decent backswing and you haven't moved the weight over, it stays there, and the top half and bottom half move together, and again you come over, not even close to matching, is it? So, one more time, wind it up and feel this. You're gonna have to do this 1,001 times. Crush the can, feel the weight move over, really power the core, bang, and get back to your impact position. There you go.
So how can I practice this? For all our, us amateurs, how are we going to practice this in the easiest way?
In the easiest way, even if you didn't have a couple of clubs. For me, as I've got older, the key for this is starting from the great posture and feeling where I want to get to. And I can feel that. I can feel the motion going that way. We play just about every sport, don't we? Going from here forward, whether we're kicking it or tennis, or even if it's darts, we are not thinking about going backwards.
No.
Everything's going forward. So that's a very important point that we were going to really work on. This is really important, but even more important is collecting the golf ball and going to the target. That's what we're going to be doing next.